Look, we got a draw last time out against Villa. We probably all thought we'd lose that game.
Yeah.
We agree with that, right? The draw eased pressure, definitely, because I think if we would have got absolutely destroyed in that, he would have been gone.
We have Bayern to thank. Really.
Yeah, for knackering them out on the Wednesday night, yeah, for sure. Is anything other than a win against Brentford on Saturday's 3 p.m. unacceptable? Like, you just must win. There's no two ways about this.
The thing is, it's like you want a win with every game. Of course, you want 3 points. I think that it's not even like if it is anything less than a win acceptable for Erik ten Hag. He has to have a win. I think, the thing is, this Brentford game, it's not an easy game for Manchester United whatsoever. I agree with Crookie. I'm quite nervous about it. I think taking points aside, I think the most important thing is that we are watching a game of football where we are confident in what we are seeing. We see players working the way that we want them to work. I know that we've got a lot of injuries, but I think it's just more about seeing something on the pitch that we can actually believe in. That, for me, is as bad as it sounds, because we need points because of our position in the table. I can't even think about that. It's about just seeing something that I can believe in on the pitch.
Rookie Bryan Mbeumo scored 6 goals himself, personally, which is one more than our whole team scored this season. What are you expecting from us with injuries there? We're talking about Johnny Evans potentially having to play, Lindelof back in, etc. Harry Maguire's out. We've got injuries. What are you expecting from our backline in terms of coping with him?
Well, it's going to be patched up again, isn't it? And I think job number one is get through the first couple of minutes without conceding. Because Brentford have made a habit of scoring straight from kick-off. They're not quite the same beast away from home. They are at home, I would say that, even going back to last season. So this is a game that United have to be winning, but I wouldn't underestimate Brentford. They've got some top players, not least Mbeumo, but defensively I think they're gettable. I'm still not convinced by Collins. I think he's been
shaky since he's got there.
A big money flop so far. He'll probably come and produce a man of the match performance now. But
header from a corner.
Yeah, exactly. You'd imagine that if Maguire's not fit, De Ligt will come back in. I mean, you talk about Johnny Evans playing left back. Martinez played there, didn't he, in the Community Shield, which is another possibility.
Didn't look the best, did he? Didn't look the best there.
I'd probably still go for him
Better
ahead
than
of Johnny Evans.
Yeah, but don't you think Eric would maybe look at Dalot left back and Lindelof in at right back?
Dalot's been appalling this season.
He's not going to take him out. So he's the one who plays the most.
But actually, I'd like to see him play as a right back because he's been all over the place.
He's got to play with the options we've got, Adam, right?
Yeah, I mean, you look at Dalot's had a poor season. It's Ten Hag again. He's playing him inverted in a position that he doesn't normally play, so he's double barrelling him, basically. He's going left back where it's not his natural, and he's trying to play him inverted. People said he went back to Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire to save his job against Aston Villa. No, he didn't. He just changed his shape and didn't go inverted. He stayed flat back 4. If you'd have Martinez and De Ligt there, they probably would have just done as good a job as what Evans and Maguire did. It was desperation, and it was appalling from Manchester United, in my opinion, but that's me being a match-going fan. I'm just sick of what I'm watching. Against Brentford, you have to win. Otherwise, sling your hooks. It's that simple right now. We're sick to death of trying to pick little bits out. I understand what Angelina's saying now. We need to look at something. You know what? I said this the other day to someone. I said, if I was a Spurs fan right now, I'd have more belief. I know they're in 10th, but I can see what they're doing on the pitch. And results may go up. They may have the meltdowns in it, but we're playing garbage and having meltdowns on top of that. There's no plan. I feel like you're going into the defensive. I'd probably play Martinez on the left.
I agree.
Why doesn't he try a back 3? Why doesn't he just try something new?
And it's that thing of, like, if we were to discuss, do you think Ten Hag will try a back 3 against Brentford? I'm pretty sure we'll be like, he won't. Like, he's just so stuck. Like, the 4-4-2 and 4-2-3-1 is pretty much all we have.
There is an interesting story going about the Agate situation at the moment, about him now intensifying his integration into Manchester United. I just hope he doesn't get that Uruguay sort of vibe. I start trying to play him at the back as well. Because that's where he played. But Martinez plays in the 3 for Argentina.
Yeah.
Look at how they're playing and playing well for the international team. Maybe like what our colleague from Denmark was saying earlier on, when he was talking about not playing Christian Eriksen's best. I don't think Ten Hag does that. I don't think he utilises the attributes of our players. He doesn't play them where they flourish on the pitch.
But it shows how far our stock has fallen. That you look at the fixture list coming off this international break, 5 of the 6 games we've got coming up now are against teams in the bottom half of the table, which Brentford are at this moment in time. Chelsea, the only top half team we've got to play in the immediate future. Fenerbahce away, should be a tap-in because they're no great shakes. And they're not, are they? We're going into every game petrified.
It's losable, mate. And that's just the thing. You look at this next 7 games and Ineos is thinking probably is, right, OK, on paper, these fixtures look more favourable. You know, in this bad batch where we've, you know, you face Brighton away, that's tough. Spurs, shouldn't have been that easy, but, you know, tough game. Liverpool, away to Porto. But it's... Villa, tough away day. So they're sort of like they're giving him leeway there. There will be nowhere to hide.
They've given him
if
enough
this
rope,
happens.
haven't they?
And what I don't want to see is, I don't want to see, personally, another mixed bag is enough to just carry on. Because essentially what this was in this was, you know, a draw against Porto, draw against Villa, beat Barnsley, beat Southampton, drew against FC. Mixed bag. I don't want to see any mixed bag. And we go, that's good enough.
This is what we're saying. This is why I was so annoyed with everyone's reaction to Villa. It was backs against the wall and just defend to keep the man's job. That's not sustainable. You can't go out at Old Trafford and do that against Brentford. No. The crowd expects you to go out and win the game, and that's where United have problems. That's where teams pick us off. Thomas Frank is a very simple coach. He simplifies everything. And Manchester United win games for opposition. We play into their hands. We're too easy to play. You look at going back, obviously, a few weeks, what Slot said. I was sat there for 2 minutes going, oh my God, he's just dissected everything that we are bad at in 2 minutes there in front of national TV. I was like, are we that easy? And you look at the games, everybody finds chances against United.
And I've been told actually by senior figures at other Premier League clubs that managers don't fear going into battle with their team.
And we can see it, and neither do the players probably, Ange, right?
No, exactly. And like you look at this Brentford game, and it's going to be tough, a very physical game. You know, you look at the last time that they were out against Wolves, their entire defence and midfield were over 6 foot. Like, the defence is about 6'4". Like, that is going to be a tough game. And I just think when you look at, this is one of, like, the best pressing teams in the Premier League, you could argue. And I think that you need your best passing defenders. So I know that there's talk about, you know, Lisandro Martinez is going to be playing, like, the early hours of Wednesday morning. He's then going to have to travel back. It's not like he's going to be in economy. I'm sure he'll be fine. I think that you need to have Lisandro Martinez in that team. I personally would put him at left back just because I know he was a little bit shaky, but I trust him more than Johnny Evans. I think if you have to play Johnny Evans, maybe you have him with De Ligt so he's got a little bit of support there.
Not much pace there, is there?
But yeah, not a lot of pace at all.
But do we need to start, just quickly on Johnny Evans, do we need to start just putting respect on his name and actually...
I've got respect for Evans.
Less about his age or concerns. He's actually our most consistent defender, and actually, ability-wise, in 2024, it shouldn't be this, but in 2024, when you look at our centre-backs, he's the one you go, he'll be all right, give me a 7. Give me a 6 or a 7, easy.
Yeah, I mean, I've got tons of time for Johnny Evans, and I know there was a lot of talk. I think Dimitar Berbatov was speaking about how it's so embarrassing that he was man of the match with his age and stuff, and I completely get people's arguments, but I've got mad respect for him. I've got a lot of time for him, but the bottom line is, he is 36, so he's not going to be as quick. And that's just the bottom line. He doesn't have the pace, which is why I would probably put Lisandro Martinez there. But that's not disrespecting anything that he's done. It's just the fact that his legs aren't...
But at centre-half, with the right organisation, as we've seen...
With that support from
Ollie Watkins didn't get past. You know what I mean?
Oh, he did. But it's like we said there, you put any of our defenders into a Ten Hag system that don't play to attributes. We could be talking like Johnny Evans, like we are about Matthias de Ligt. It's just how he plays the team, how he sets them up. And it suited Johnny Evans against Aston Villa. Like Angelina said, Bayern Munich against Villa, Nakadema. Watkins didn't look like half the player when he was coming up against us. He was being mauled by our
Neither did John Duran.
We actually looked all right defensively, but that's just the way that he set it up. It's not sustainable. And if Johnny Evans was playing week in, week out, he probably would be suffering like every other defender in this team. It's the system, it's not the individuals doing better than anyone else in particular for me.
Kobbie Mainoo's out. What should happen in midfield? And will we see sort of how important Kobbie is? But actually, he's been having a tough time anyway, as every central midfielder we've had this season.
Interesting to see how Bruno Fernandes plays in this game as well. He's come under a lot of criticism at midfield right now. He'll afford someone going wandering like Bruno Fernandes has recently. And we've all been talking about him. Kobbie Mainoo, I think, has been a victim of it. Isolated constantly. We've had the talk come out of The Athletic about Casemiro having words about how Ten Hag has hung him out to dry in his system and isolating him as well. That's two very, very good midfielders there that are looking very average at the moment under Ten Hag's game. And that's what I think is the bigger concern. We're not worried about the players. We just said it a minute ago, it could be any one of these players and another manager might get more out of them. It's how he sets it up. It's how he sort of anticipates what Brentford are going to do as well. Sadly, we should be putting our game planning on them, but I don't think he will. I think he'll look at what Brentford are going to do and try and match up in some way and limit the issues, because I feel like Kobbie Mainoo has been a big victim of how we've played this season, and he's getting a little bit of stick now already, and it's not fair. He's only just broke through into the Manchester United's first team. He didn't even play a full season last season. Already you're finding fans in the stands where I am criticising him. He's not physical enough, he's not quick enough. This is what happens. The focus goes on to the players when really there should be someone in that dugout who can control and in-game management, change things around when needed, which we just haven't got. But injured, I don't know. We could have had Bruno out, but he's had his suspension over time.
Yeah, it would have been 3 games without him.
So it would have been really interesting what happened in that midfield. But a guard, say, like Angelina said with Martinez, he plays even later. So will he play?
I mean,
we are
and I don't think he will, considering, like you said, the time. And Ten Hag hasn't even fancied him, really.
Exactly.
Quickly, Marcus Rashford's been, putting up videos, training alone. Angelina, I know, the coach that he's been training with, and he does a lot of good work with a lot of players, and he's looking really sharp in these training videos. Should he have been in the England squad, and do you back him to come back after this international break, training harder again with a bang, basically?
I hope so. In terms of the England squad, probably not. I think if you're asking, are we seeing the best of Marcus Rashford in terms of getting back in that international setup, the answer's still no. There are shoots of recovery. But just to pick up on the point that Adam was making, and Marcus is a prime example, really, the job of the manager is to instill confidence and belief in his players. There are so many players in this team who look totally drained of any confidence in their own ability because of the decisions that Erik Ten Hag has made. Now, yes, you can laud him for sticking with Marcus when he wasn't scoring goals, but all of a sudden he starts scoring goals. He finds himself on the bench. You saw his reaction when he was taken off against Porto at half-time, which was just a bizarre decision. So I think Adam's dead right. Is Erik Ten Hag at the moment getting the best out of his players? Is he coaching the best out of these players? And the answer is no. So credit to Marcus. He's trying to do it on his own. He's putting the effort in clearly during the international break, and hopefully that translates on the pitch of the weekend, because we need him. Defensively, we're not as big a car crash as we have been historically. In fact, we kept a few clean sheets this season. Going forward is the problem. Where are the goals coming from? If Brentford score one of their early goals, I think it could get ugly quite quickly. Yeah, because us, putting more than 2 on the board or 2 on the board is usually a struggle. OK, let's lock in the predictions. Adam, will start with you and go down the desk. Manchester United taking on Brentford. Surely we win, Adam.
1-1, sadly. Not enough. I just, like you said, scoring 2 goals. If Brentford have an off day, but I just look at the international players, the injury concerns, the confidence. I think we'll hold our own just and scrape a draw out of it.
Scrape a draw, Angelina?
It really pains me to go with a loss, so I'm not going to. I probably would agree with you, Adam. I think a 1-1 draw. That's the way that I see this going.
Crookie?
I was going to say 1-1, but I'm going to be a little bit more optimistic, just because.
I'm going to say 2-2 instead.
Because of Brentford's defensive issues and the fact I think they're a better team at home than away. I'm going to go for a nervy 2-1 United victory.
I'm with you, Crookie. I maybe stupidly we're saying this, but I just think they'll get that done. It won't be pretty. It won't be easy. It won't be a walk in the park. But I just got a feeling that, 2-1. We've got the Bozo gene. We will concede. I do think that. But I'm going to go with a 2-1 win, So two of us think we're going to win, 2 of us think we're going to draw.
Going unbeaten.
Unbeaten, there you go. Not going to lose. That's all we've got time for in this week's Inside. There was a huge thank you to Alex Crook, Angelina Kelly and Adam making his debut on the show. We'll see you next week after Ten Hag's side return to winning ways against Brentford. Come on, United, let's do this, please.